Okay, start recording as well. Okay, before we start our class, as usual, we pray for a few seconds, then we'll start the class. Comfortably sit and close your eyes, palms together. Take the blessings from the gods and the gurus. Once you feel you are done, slowly open your eyes. Okay, so it's the week 4 for the astrology level 1. This is the first year. Okay, before I enter into the class, let me clarify the cloud exercise which we did on the last week. Some of you have the questions why I did, why I didn't relate that. Okay, let's clarify on that. Before we finding an answer about it, let's understand the Panchaputas. Panchaputas is your air, fire, water, the air and the ether. The ether is considered Akash. Aga, in Tamil they call it as an Agayam or the open space, which is called as an ether. Anyone who's involving in an astro space or any kind of Jyotisha knowledge or any kind of knowledge about the space, if they have the high dominance over this Akashic element knowledge, they imbibe the cosmic energy very well. In the early stage, the sages and the saints, what they will do, they have the predominant dominance over this Akashic element. That's why they can able to teleport themselves. They can telepathy to different people's mind. They did all kind of the magic with this kind of the prominent dominance over the Akashic element. This is about the great siddhas and the very enlightened being. For the normal people like us, okay, if you didn't hear my voice properly, please tell me or raise your hands or chat, whichever way you can communicate with me. So normal people like us, how we can interact with this Akash element. So one very simple way is lie down on the, when you find an open space, very good, safe and secure open space, lie down on the floor and look into the sky. That's it. No need to do any other thing. You can easily connect with the Akash. You can easily connect with this open space energy. Very, very easy. And some people will say, okay, I lay down and look into the open space, but there was so many thoughts was coming, how I can concentrate into it, how I can one with that Akash element. Very simple exercise. Once you lie down and look into an open sky, you find the image over in the clouds. Whatever the image which is comes into you, you may think like, no, there was a cloud image, it looks like a frog, but it may not have a legs. That's okay. That's totally fine. Keep aside of your intellect area of your brain aside and use your creativity. Whatever the things, whichever it comes in your mind, find the image in the cloud. So one point in time, if you find the different images in the cloud, you easily interact with the Akashic element very, very easily. How is that possible? What are you doing there? Whenever you're seeing an image over the sky, you're overloading your brain. You're putting aside of your conscious mind aside. You open up your mind and see and easily interact with the Akashic element. First thing. When you're overloading your mind, what is the next thing will happen? You withdraw all your senses. What is that meaning? Your pratyagara will occur. The moment which you are overloading your mind, the pratyagara will gradually start inside. You withdraw all your senses. How you can guarantee? How you can feel that? Okay, when you're doing that, the peoples you may around it, they may speak with somebody, they may dance, they may do whatever they want. You won't feel anything. You won't sense anything. Complete withdrawal of senses happen once you did do this exercise very sincerely. Once the pratyahara happened, that means your withdrawal of senses happened, immediately the concentration will be emerged. You no need to put any effort. Then the interaction and the communicating with the Akash element were very much easy. Okay, this is the one easiest way. Okay, then some people may say, I'm living in a metro city and I couldn't even see the open space. That too, lying down and look up the open space, it's too tough for me. There is also, you couldn't hear me? What is that? Okay, I continue. There was no problem, I guess. Okay, the people which is living in the metro city, they feel like, no, I'm not able to do all this kind of stuff. What I can do? Very, very simple exercises. You hike up to the mountain, any nearby mountain, or you travel some hours and find a mountain to hike. You don't need to do daily, at least once in a month, at least 6 months once, twice, once in a year. Okay, hike up to the mountain. The hiking up the mountain is not like 30 minutes you hike up the mountain and see the space. No, hike up to the mountain at least 2 hours. Then once you reach the top of the hill, you no need to do anything. What is that? Okay, you no need to do anything. Neelam, you're trying to say anything? I couldn't hear you. Okay, when you hike up to the mountain, then you don't need to do anything. You just sit and look into the open space. That's it. The magic begins there itself. Then you may have a question. I just hike up to the mountain, and when I look into the open space, how the magic will happen? There comes the science. When you are coming hike up to the mountain, your energy was fully exhausted. That's why I asked you to hike up to the mountain minimum 2 hours. Your entire energy will be exhausted. Your ego will be scattered. At least your ego will be step aside for a few seconds. The moment that was happened, when you look into the open space in front of you, you can easily communicate with the Akash element. That's the second way. Okay, that's what I tried to communicate in the previous class. Because of the rush of the time, I couldn't relate with each other. Okay, hope that makes sense. Okay, I move on to today's class. Today's class is very easygoing and will be more interesting. Okay, as you all everybody know until this week, what is an astrology is about. It's going to interrupt. If you're trying, I couldn't hear anything, Neelam. You won't ask questions. Can you please type? Okay. The astrology is nothing but your interpretation of the observed condition at the moment, whenever there was an event happen. Imagine the child was born at this moment. The astrology is going to interpret, okay, this is the observed condition of the cosmos. And based on that, the interruption is going to happen. As we learned in the previous week, the astrology is nothing but it's your manual guide. It's manual for you. It's a guide for you. And whenever you are born, this is the planetary uh, placement of. This is the planetary placement, and you are born. That's it. The guideline for you. It's not written on the stone. And repeatedly saying this again and again. It's not. Nothing is written on the stone. As per our individual will, as per our determined will, anyone can change their life as much as they want. Okay. Let's move on. Okay, this is the core of your today's week. What is basic astrology takes into four things into one accord. First is the planets, second is the zodiac sign, third is the houses or bhava, and the planetary periods, or they call this the dasha bhukti. Okay. Anyway, in the upcoming classes, we are going to study. Can I mute Neelam for a while? If you have any questions, please ask me to unmute, or else you can chat. Okay. Okay. The basic astrology takes four things. This is the basic thing. First thing is the planets and the zodiac sign, and the houses are the bhava and the planetary periods. Okay. Let's see what is the first planet. But let's see about the planet. So I didn't expect that animation also. Okay. Let's see. The planets is 9 planets. Don't get confused with astronomical knowledge. We are studying the astrology. Okay. Imagine we are having only the 9 planets. Among them, the last 2 are the shadow planets. Okay. How I can memorize these 9 planets? It's so easy. How? Start from your Sunday, end with your Saturday. Your 7 planets will come easily. You can memorize. The 2 shadow planets are Rahu and Ketu. So how you can relate? Sunday is your sun, and the Monday is your moon, and the Tuesday is your Mars, Wednesday is your Mercury, Thursday is Jupiter, Venus is Friday, Saturday is Saturn. So that you can easily memorize all the 9 planets in without any effort. Okay. Based on this one, we are going to see how this planet is going to place in your birth chart, or how this planet going to uh, in a combination with the other bhavas, planetary motion, everything we are going to see in the upcoming classes also. Today we are going to see brief introduction about it. Okay, we have a very short description about the Rahu and Ketu. Okay, before that, you remember I asked you to imagine the previous class. You stand in the open space and you have an ability to revolve around, and you can, when you are revolved around, how many degrees you can able to see? You can able to see 360 degrees. So then what is that meaning? When you are standing in an open space, you have an ability to revolve around. So 360 degree you can able to move, and all the 360 degree can have the influence on you as well. Okay. So imagine you now as a year. So the year have an ability to revolve around, and it can, when this was revolved around, what is that meaning? It can able to have an influence of the 360 degrees, and the earth was slightly tilt and revolving. So that's why instead of the circle, it becomes an elliptical projection. Okay. So that imagine that one, always remember that. That will become easy to understand astrology as a story instead of mug upping everything. Okay. Okay. Now what will happen? This 360 degree, for our convenience, we divided in 12. And you may have also a question, okay, is that the 12 is the 12 is the only division we can make into the 360 degree? No, you can make it as the 360 degree into 9 of every division, 10 of every division, 12 of every division. You can do that, but we no need to go deeper into that much. 360 degree divided by 12 is much more enough, sufficient enough to understand the planetary motions. Okay, that's more than enough. So once the 360 degree was divided, 30 degree, that becomes your 12 division. We'll see in the later on. Okay, until this point, I stopped the story. Now we'll seeing about the planets. Okay, the planets is the 9 planets. Among them, the 2s are the shadow planets. One is Rahu, one is Ketu. How is that becomes a shadow planet? Okay, imagine imagine Earth here. The Earth is also revolving, and Earth is here. The Sun is also revolving around. Okay, and the Moon is also revolving around. At one point in time, the solar path and the lunar path. Lunar path is the moon path. Okay, both the things are intersect with each other, right? At least 2 points. One is on the top, one is on the bottom. So this intersection points, this intersection nodes is called as the north node and the south node. That becomes your Rahu and the Ketu. In other words, the Rahu is an ascending node, the north node is an ascending node, the Ketu is a descending node, south node. How you can easily understand? Okay, in the Chinese, we call it as the dragon head and the dragon tail. In Hindu mythology, it's called as the Ragu head, and the body is the Ketu. Ragu is the head, Ketu is the body. There was the different mythology around the India about this Ragu Ketu story. If you find a time, go ahead and read about it. It's very interesting. Okay, I don't want to waste the time on that story, so I stopped the discussion over here about this shadow. Imagine this 2 points. That's more than enough. Ragu is the north node, and it's representing as the head and the ascending node. Ketu is the descending node, south node. Imaginary, it was a tail. Okay, this is more than enough. We will discuss more thing about the Ragu and Ketu in a detailed manner. Okay. Right now, we just have this kind of an explanation. Okay. I believe you guys remember about the zodiac belt in the last week. Okay, I give you 30 seconds to read about the text on underneath below you. So if you find any doubt, ask right away. Because we elaborately discussed about this zodiac belt in the last week. That's why I didn't give much importance to this slide now. Read the text only. Okay, I'm moving on. Okay, here comes. First thing what we saw, that was the planet. We saw it's the 9 planets. Among them, 2 is the shadow planets, Rahu and Ketu. Remaining thing, how we know, how we can memorize that easily based on the weekdays. Okay. Now we'll move on to the second basic of the astrology. That is your zodiac sign. You remember that story? You stand in the center, you stand in the open space, and the 360 degree is divided into the 12th house of the 30-degree angle. So that every 30 degrees, there are the number of the stars will be there. Imagine it was an open space, right? It was an universe. It has so many stars in it. Okay. So every stars grouped together. Prominent stars are grouped together. Okay. Then they form as an image, like Aries, Taurus, Gemini. I will show you the image in the next picture. Okay, let me show it right away. Okay. So imagine, let me go into the next picture. This will be easy for you. So this kind of when the group of the stars, it was not the group.
Clean किया तो और क्या किया?
I'm also hearing. Let me see. Can you please unmute yourself? Mute yourself. Sorry, not unmute. Mute yourself. Okay. So when the group of in the 30-degree angle, or some of the prominent stars, when the prominent stars are grouped together, they form some kind of a shape. It may be an Aquarius. It looks like a bull. It looks like two people are standing together. It looks like a Scorpio. It looks like a balancing weighing scale. So it looks like a Cancer. It looks like a Leo. So what they this it's all done by the sages and saints. They saw okay. So from the I'm in the earth. From my view, the first 30 degrees, there was this all the prominent stars grouped together. I formed it, and this gives me this kind of the shape. So based on that, they named accordingly. So the same story goes on next to 30 to 60 degrees, 60 to 90 degree, 90 to 120 goes on the story complete. The same story repeats till the 360 degree. Okay. So that becomes your zodiac sign. Now you understand, right? Every the 12 division, 30 degree divided based on the 30 degree angle. So that prominent stars are grouped together, then we call it a name. It's not only one star because it was a vast universe. There was a prominent stars we looked in, we grouped together. We call it as the one name. That becomes your zodiac sign. Okay. Okay, before that, I want to show you one thing. Why it was coming this? Wait a second. Okay. The first 30 degree, they call it as that group of stars, they call it as the A. And the second, they call it as the Taurus. Third means first is the 0 to 30 degree, and second is 30 to 60 degree, and 60 to 90 degree. So Gemini, then a 90 to 120, 120 to 150. So 90 to 120, Cancer, 120 to 150 Leo, like that they named this Virgo, Libra, Scorpio, Sagittarius, Capricorn, Aquarius, and Pisces. Okay, that's all the English thing. If you guys want the name in the Sanskrit or in the Tamil, because the language which I know, I can easily give you. Okay. Anyway, definitely I will give you the names in the Sanskrit for everyone. If the local language which I know is the Tamil. If anybody in the group who knows Tamil and they want to learn the name of the zodiac signs in the Tamil, message me. Okay. Okay, that was the name which is given to every group of stars. Now this is your zodiac sign. Okay. Let's move on now. Remember all these things. The group of stars in the 30 degree division, they name it as one they name it as an Aries, Taurus, Gemini, like that. Okay, now we are going to see the combination of the planets and the zodiac signs. Okay, right now we saw the first two elements, right? One is the planets, second is the zodiac signs. Now we see how the planets going to place into the this 12 houses, this the 12 groups. Okay, the main place of the Mars. Okay, when I really hesitated to show this slide in the beginning of the classes because we are just 4 weeks. You no need to understand this slide completely, and I'm sure you have hundreds and hundreds of doubt will come. Okay, that's okay. Every doubt will be cleared in every session. Because this one, my intention why I showed this here was once you see this again and again the same slide, it will deep down into your mind. So that's why that's my intention to show this. Even though we are going to read this about very detail in the upcoming classes, I intend to show this today. Okay, now we see how the 12 houses, the 12 zodiac signs with the planets. The first is the Aries, and how you can easily remember this one. The Aries, the straight, when you see this one's vertical line, you can see the Scorpio. Okay, that that Scorpio and the Aries is the Mars. The planets is the Mars. Remember that one in such a way. And you may ask, okay, the planet is anyway going to revolve around the cosmic. Why it was only having the place in the Aries and the Scorpio? You may have definitely have a doubt. Keep the doubt in the mind. Definitely will get clarified in every class. Okay. Then we will move on to the Taurus and the Libra. How you can remember the Taurus, one straight line. Okay, see the straight division. There you see the Venus. That is the Venus house. Okay, the Gemini and a very straight Virgo is the Mercury. The fourth is a special, that is for the moon. Fifth is a special for the sun. Okay, and we're coming directly to here, Sagittarius and the Pisces is a Jupiter, and Aquarius and the Capricorn, Saturn. And you really notice at one point here, the sun and the moon sharing only 130 degree of the division, and the other planets having the two pieces of the 30 degree in the entire space. Okay. Please mute.
Madam, it might help if you mute everybody else.
Yeah, I did. Give me a second. Yeah, it's really going to help. Give me a second. Yeah, I did, I guess. Okay, before you seeing this, okay, let me go it here one more time. Okay. We'll spend two more minutes on this slide. Okay, remember this one, the planets and the zodiac sign. Okay, how you can easily remember one straight first 30 degree and the same parallel. And the one, if you draw one vertical line, that 30 degree it becomes your that planet's house. Okay, remember like that. It's easy for you to remember. But among the 9 planets, only the sun and the moon lead the shadow planets right now. Okay, we'll see about the shadow planets later on in very detailed manner. But for the now, the zodiac sign and the combination of the planets will concerned about the 7 planets only. Okay, the sun and the moon only share 30 degree, 30 degree. That is your fourth 30 degree and fifth 30 degree. Okay. Then the other planets, other 5 planets, that is Mars, Venus, Mercury, Jupiter, and Saturn, share 230 degree. Okay, for example, Mars was having the 0 to 30 degree, as well as the 60 to 90, the same 30 degree here. Okay, the same goes for Venus, same goes for Mercury, here also, 130 degree here, second 30 degree here. Mercury also same thing, Jupiter also same thing, Saturn also same thing. Okay, this slide definitely gives a lot of doubt. If you have any question, if you have any burning questions, ask right away. We spend 1 minute or 5 minutes here. Okay, if you have any questions, ask me anytime. Okay, let me move on. Okay, now we're coming into the third one. That is your bhava, or it was called it as the 12 house. Bhavas or the houses. Okay, remember how we okay, remember how that all the time we remember the 360 degree is divided into 12 parts. Every part was having a 30 degree. Okay, 30 degree divided into 12 parts. Okay, and the first 30 degree it represents about the self. Self means the whoever is whoever is we are looking for introspecting that person. Then the physical body and their appearance, mostly about the general characters. Okay, and the second, remember, this is considered as when you are seeing about the Kala Purusha chart, you will easily can understand. But for the generalized thing, the Kala Purusha chart always begins here. And you may have a question, is that my first house is always start here? No. Okay. You just keep this in mind. First house represent the first house for a person can comes in here, anywhere in the 12 parts, anywhere in the 12 division. Now for our understanding, we'll start the first degree, because why I'm starting is the first here, because that is the 0 to 30 degree. Okay, 0 to 30 degree was starting on the this box only. I believe you can see my cursor. The self, physical body, general characters, that is the point, the 0 to 30 degree going to start. Okay, so that is your first term. First house represent about yourself and the generally physical body structure, how they will appear, what are the character, everything is on the first house. Then the second is about your wealth, family, how you communicate with the others, what are the resources you will have, everything will be mentioned in your second house. Okay, the third, it's about all the sibling, what kind of the courage you will have, what kind of the brave inside you, everything will be defined in your third house. Fourth is the related to the mother, peace and the happiness. Mostly, if you can relate, remember this one. I will relate this one in the later slide. You will understand why this fourth house was mentioning about the mother, comfortness, happiness. Why? Because this one is the mind related. Why it's mind related? Because this is the house for the moon. Okay, I will tell you how you can relate with one another in the next slide. But see what are the houses and the properties. Okay. Then the fifth house. The fifth house is all about the children. Are you're going to have? It's about your it's about your fame. What are the skills you have? What are the talent you may acquire, or what are the birth talents you have? What kind of an emotional person you are? Everything. It also tells about your talents in various fields. For example, you may have the very good quality in administrating the people. You may have the very good quality in teaching to the people. You may have the very good quality in guarding the nation. So anything, whatever the quality, whatever the talent or the skill, it can clearly define in your fifth house. And the sixth is your enemy, or any obstacles in your life, or any kind of the disease, or any kind of an accident can be defined in your sixth house. And the seventh, the relationship, spouse and the parents. Okay, if you're in South India, when you are going for every marriage, before the marriage, most of the South Indians, as far as I know, because I'm in South Indian, most of the South Indian, as far as I know, whatever they do, whenever there was a marriage is going to happen, we will go to any astrologer and look for the matching between the couples. But everybody, they have to look into the seventh only. They're very keen about the seventh. It looks good or looks bad. They are very keen about understanding that particular house. Okay, how it will explain you about the relationship, what kind of the relationship you have, what kind of the spouse and the partners. Partners means it's not only the life partner, business partners, or you have the talent or you have a luck, you can able to get a good business partners or not. That kind of the thing will be defined in your seventh house. And the eighth, it tells about your longevity, first thing. And The trouble, the most importantly, if the peoples have a blessing of learning the occult, that is also be defined in this house. Okay, and it's about the in-laws. So right now, how many houses we travel together? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, then the 9. The 9 is the guru. It's about how much you can get the blessings from the guru. What kind of the guru influence in your life? It's about your father. What kind of the relationship you will have with your father? What kind of the luck, fortune you have in your life? What kind of the dharma you have to follow in your life? It's all defined in your 9th house. And the 10th, it's all about your work and career. What's the profession? How much power you will have, and what kind of the status in your life? Everything will be defined in your 10th house. And the 11th is the most important one. How much income you have, what kind of the profits, what kind of the gain you will have in your life. And also it tells about the elder brother. And the last house tells about why are you going to lose anything. It tells about what kind of the donations you may give or you may get, and what kind of the sacrifice, spirituality, or you may impressment. Impressment, it comes in a different way. May or physically going into jail or mentally into a jail. It's a different story altogether. And about the foreign land. Okay, this is the very, very simple special attributes about the every houses. Every houses means every houses have a different property. Okay. Now all the time you remember the entire 360 degree is divided into 12, and every we call it as the 12 houses. So every houses is the 30 degree. So within this 30 degree, what are the attributes we are going to? It have to be influenced in our life. This all about the Baba. Or else called as the 12 houses. Now let's move on into the mapping of the planets with the houses. We'll see in the next slide. Before that, we'll deep dive into one small thing about this slide. Okay. Imagine this as the earth. One horizontal line, one vertical line. This is the meridian line. And if consider, imagine there were one person was born here, then the ascending like this: first house, second, third, fourth, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. If this one was confusing you, the next slide will be easily understand. Okay, now see this. Same thing. Now we are going to combine the planets with their houses. You remember that one? The zodiac sign, what is this? The Aries, Taurus, Gemini. You remember all the this slide, right? Wait a second. I'm going to fast forward. You remember this slide? How we combined the planets with the zodiac sign? Now we combine the planets with the 12 houses. Okay. Remember all this one. The zodiac signs is nothing but the group of stars in that particular 30 degree. The planets is the every 30 degree, one planet owns that house. Among the 9 planets, among this 30 degrees, the 9 planets was shared across. How it was shared across, I already showed here. Okay. So we saw the zodiac signs, we saw the planets. Now we are going to see planets and the zodiac signs. Remember this chart all the time. And we are going to add one more layer of the knowledge on this. So this is the 12 houses. Among this 30 degree, this is the 12 houses properties. Then we will move on. Now we'll matching the planets and the 12 houses. Okay, here comes. So the first house is the Mars. Okay, remember one thing. This may also lead to a wrong understanding also. Okay, anyway, I will tell you. Why it will lead you to wrong understanding, I will tell you later. Okay, imagine this one, 12 houses and the planets. Consider the first house here. And The Mars is the own house, the first house, and the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And 1 and 8 is the Mars house. Remember all the time. Mars house is the 1 and 8. Mars own house is the 1 and 8. And the 1 and 8 properties are good. But this one you have to be little bit changed whenever you are going a birth chart. Why you will understand in your practicing. But basic knowledge is the first house and the 8th house, one house for the Mars and the Venus. And the second house, whenever you're seeing about the wealth, speech and resources, it comes the second. Okay, then you will ask the question, all the time the second house planet is the Venus? No. Okay. Okay, I will show you one birth chart, then you can understand easily. Okay, before I will show you the birth chart, read this one and ask you any question. In the meantime, I will show you the one birth chart of the child. Whoever the child born at this point in time will see that child birth chart, and you will understand why this zodiac sign and the planets are defining such a way. Read this one. Take 30 more seconds. Okay, then here I if you don't have a question, I have a question. Okay, for you. If you see this one, the zodiac sign is based on the sun apparently yearly rotation. Okay, if you see this. We go into the oh, oh man, don't want this. Okay, here. From here, every time the sun is also revolving. Consider this is as the 1 month. Okay, then this is the next month. This is the next month. So 12 months the sun will take to, okay, 1 month it will take to move into one place to the another. So that's why we'll have the, they said it is a yearly rotation based on the sun movement. And if we can see, there was one more thing. From here, if you see the Capricorn to this point, the Gemini, they called it as the Uttarayana. Uttarayana means the sun moved towards the north. And the Dakshinayana. Dakshinayana means from the south, the sun was moving towards the south. From the Cancer to the Sagittarius, then this movement is called as the Dakshinayana. So all that's the Ayana. If you can see in the first class, I will tell. I said this like this. In the astrology, you can also have a knowledge about the Ayana. Ayana means Dakshinayana, Uttarayanam. In the Mahabharata story, you may heard about this. The Bhishma was waiting for his death. He wanted to be died and the Uttarayana period. So he prolonged his death till the Uttarayana was coming. Why? You may find the answer. Why? What's the reason? Why the Dakshinayana or why the Uttarayana he was waiting? Okay, that was an interesting story. Now come back here. So whenever there was a sun moves from the one zodiac sign to the another, takes at least a month. So that's why every house is called as also having a month name. Okay, that we will see in the later session. But here, understand one knowledge. Wherever the moon was placed, that is your Rasi. That is your, whenever the people will say, no, I belong to Sagittarius. My Rasi is Sagittarius. Some people will say, no, my sign is Cancer. Some people will say, my sign is Aquarius. Then, as an astrology student, what you can understand? Okay, when some of the people, when someone was saying, I clicked on it. When someone was saying, my sign was zodiac sign was Aquarius, means that the moon was placed here. Okay, if I say my sign was Scorpio, then what is the meaning? My moon was here. My plan in the when I born, when my planetary motion, my moon was in the Scorpio. Okay, so if someone was saying my sign was Libra, then moon was here. That was the understanding of your zodiac sign. Okay. Understanding about the sign of astrology sign of you. Then you want to understand which month I born. Simple thing. In the chart, see wherever the sun was placed, whichever the sun was placed, then that is the month you are born. That is also you will see in the next week. So I skip that point. Okay, now come back here. Okay, we'll here. You already read this. Now I'm going to share you the one, the child who's born at this point in time. Let me share, stop this sharing, and I'm going to share the different one. Once again. Okay. That's not coming. Okay, here you go. Everyone can see the Astro Sage website, right? Okay, here we are going to see whoever the child which is born on this time, what people the horoscope will be. Okay, let me call them as Vanita, female, today's date, it's June 4th. 26, 2023. Okay, so birth, I made this. Okay, 542. 540. Okay, 0 seconds. Because if I click the birth chart now, it will show you the North Indian chart. I want to make it as a South India chart. So go here and modify it into South India. And now we can see there's a chart. See it. Why? Oh, this looks like North India, right? We need it as South India. See it already. Okay. Now, who the child which is born, the female child born at this point in time, this becomes the birth chart, right? From at this point in time, how the planetary mode, how the planet position, it was mentioned in this chart. So we'll understand about what is the meaning of ascendant in the later classes. Don't worry about that. The SUN is the sun. So for this child, this is the first house. Okay, remember this one? In the when I say the 12 house 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, the 12 houses, every house has a different property altogether. Then for this child, this is the first house, second, third, fourth, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay. If you see that, you have to see where the moon was placed. Then that becomes the Rasi, that becomes the Rasi for that child. Okay, now everyone find where the moon was placed and what is the Rasi. Everyone can hear me, right? You are so silent, I was really worried.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay. So okay, in this chart, where the moon was placed, you can see the chart, right?
Scorpio.
Awesome. Where the moon was placed, the moon was in here. Okay. Yes. Oh man, come on. Do it later on. Give me a second. Okay. So wherever the zodiac, wherever the moon is, that becomes a zodiac sign for this particularly born child zodiac. Okay. Now, if you see where the sun was placed, the sun was on here, right? What is the month today? What is the month? It's on the June. So that is also we will learn how you can identify what is the date range on how when the sun was moving to this kind of the movement, how you can understand the month of that uh, particular native. Native means the whoever we are seeing the chart. Okay, here the sun was here. The sun all the time it was here. No, the sun will be moved one place to one house to another all the time. Once in a month, it moves from here to here, here. But at this point, the sun was in this place. Now it is this June month. Okay, how I identify this as the June month, that you will see later. Okay, now I understand these 2 points. Whichever the wherever the sun is, that is your birth month. Wherever the moon is, that is your zodiac sign. This simple logic you understand, you're done. Okay, then how anyway we are going to see the ascendant in later session, but for this one you will understand this one point. If you see ASC ascendant, or in the Tamil they mention it as the La means Lagnam, or in some of the astrology chart I saw its name, they written as the Lagnam itself. Okay, if you see that ASC or La, that is your first house. Over the native, that is their first house. So from that you have to go through from in a first, second, 3, 4, 5 like that. But why I started in that's all about this chart which I want to show. Let me move on to the PowerPoint again. Okay, if I show you this one, I always started with the from the first row, second box only. I always started. You always know why I started in the second box, because that is a 0 to 30 degree. Okay, but for anyone who born on that this time, that ASC becomes their first house. Okay, till now are we clear? You have any doubts on that? Whatever we saw till now?
Yes, clear.
Oh, that's awesome. I feel happy. Okay, the zodiac square. Now we see that, right? So whatever we did the exercise here, the intersection of your zodiac square and the boxes of the houses. So okay, let me repeat the same thing again, but it's a kind of the revision. Let me stop the sharing for a while, and again I'm going into the chart. Give me a second. No. Okay, if you see this chart, then the first house, it represents the self. Who were born at this point in this time, this native's behavior, physical appearance, whatever it is, this house going to represent. Okay, it was the sun is the only planet here. Then what will be happen? The sun is the basic nature is it gives the shine to everyone without thinking about anything. It gives this life energy to everyone. The person is also like that. Whenever born on this point in time, the person physical appearance can be very look tejas, very powerful. So kind of that the physical appearance will be like that. So like that you have to see on that every houses. Then you may ask the second thing. The second house of this native was empty. Okay, then how you can interrupt, we will see in the upcoming classes. And the third house, it consists of the Venus and the Mars. So you have to combine the character of the Venus and the Mars, and you remember the third house property combined all together. That's why you remember when you say when you see about what is astrology, is astrology the is the probability and the combination of put together it into everything, and you have to find a solution of it. Okay, and the fourth house, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, or he didn't have anything. Then how we can interrupt that one? You remember that one in the Kalapurusha chart, which I showed you. What is this house? Who's the owner of this house? You remember that one? Here is start with the Mars and Mars, Venus, and this is the
Sun.
Mercury, and the Sun. Yes, Sun and the Mercury. The fourth, 1, 2, 3, fourth is the Sun.
Sun.
And another is this empty box is the Mercury. So whenever there was no planet on that, you have to understand who's the owner of the house, who's the owner of this planet, this house, who's the owner of this house. That planet character may become role play here. Then you have to understand what are the properties in the 12 houses. You have to combine all this one before you coming into the solution. This is also before you coming into solutions. You also have to look into various things. Up to this point, what are the this point facing which position? There was a different position will be there. That is also we have to look. I don't want to confuse in the beginning. This much you can understand. That's more than enough for me. Okay. I stop the sharing. Can I go back to the purple? Give me a second.
Ma'am, one repetition again, ma'am, where the moon is the Rashi, where the sun is the where the sun is the time of your birth, right?
Okay. We put you want to understand what is the sun there, right? Okay. For two things I said. One is in your chart, over the chart. Imagine you also look into your chart. In your chart, wherever the moon was placed, that is your zodiac sign. Okay, this much clear?
Yes.
Okay. Then in your chart, chart itself, you see where the sun was placed on when your birth time, where the sun was placed. That is your month of your birth. In the date of birth, right? The month will be represented where the sun was placed. Got it?
Right. Yes.
Got it? Understand. Great.
Thank you.
Okay.
Ma'am, I have one small doubt. In my chart, the Lagna happens to be Sagittarius, right? But the position of Sun is in Scorpio. How do you explain that?
Okay, give me a second. Again, go back here for ease of my understanding. Okay, now tell me. Your zodiac sign was Sagittarius. Then your Lagna was? You hear me, right? Oh, you went on mute. Can you repeat your question? Anyone understand his question? He said his zodiac was Sagittarius.
Okay, should I repeat myself?
Yes, please.
Okay. The Lagna is in Sagittarius.
Okay.
But the moon, the sun is in Scorpio.
That's okay. Oh, okay. I understand your question.
I thought what you said was ascendant is where your sun is placed. Is that correct?
No.
Okay, fine. I understood.
No, that is not right. Yeah.
No. I'm not telling like that.
I get your point. Carry on.
You got it? Okay.
I got it. Please continue.
Okay. So even then I repeat again. The sun in your chart, wherever it is placed, that is your birth month. Why? The reason is every month the sun is moved from. Okay, currently the sun is here. Okay, next month if you come and see, and it was in the if it was in the July, it will go here, and in August it will go here, And in the September here, October, November, December, January, February, March, April, every month the sun position will be changed. What I'm trying to say that point was when in your birth chart, wherever it was your sun, that is your birth month. Okay. The ascendant is whenever you are born, that is your rising sign. The sun puts the sun rays on this house. That becomes your ascendant. That we will see very detail in your next week. I will tell you why this ascendant was from, why we make it a very, very big importance to this ascendant. Okay. Okay. Looks good till now. Let me go back to again PowerPoint. Okay, this take 30 seconds to read this again, because whatever I said in the whatever we did the little bit of exercise, the same thing is represented here. If you get confused at any one of the points, ask right. Okay, I move on. Okay, this is the different type of the Indian chart and the North Indian chart. The chart which we saw is the South India. Remember the square boxes, and this is a North Indian chart. And you may have the question, are they both going to give the different interpretation? No, both are going to give the same interpretation. Only the chart display was the difference. Okay. Okay. Horoscope or the birth chart. Okay. What is the meaning of the horoscope? What is that? But whoever the man or whoever the human which is born on this planet at the particular time, what is the planetary position? Now, how we saw that, right? Considered at this moment, one female child was born. This planetary position should be look like this. We saw this, right? Okay. Okay. Consider this. This is the horoscope of the particular child. This one page is going to tell you. Okay. On this particular time, the June 4, 2023, time is 5:42. On this place, particularly this place. Why the place is important? The latitude and the longitude is very important to measurement, so that the place is also important. Whenever you are going to retrieve a horoscope, you have to be very much important about your place of birth, time of birth, and the date of birth. Once you give all these things, the chart will be prepared. What is this horoscope is trying to represent to us? This point in time, this date, this place, when the child was born, this is the planetary position. This is the planetary position. Okay. That is about your horoscope, nothing else. Okay. Whenever whoever the child was born at this particular time, the planetary position represents as the chart. Okay. Okay. Now see this one more time. The same thing as a text, whichever I said. Most of the time, I will teach you in a very, very simple way. I won't put all the intellectual knowledge into it. Most of the time, I want to learn in a very simple way. So same thing, I will teach the same thing, very simple way. So read the same thing. Whatever we learn now, you can understand from this 4 line of text. Okay, move on. That's all about your today's class. If you have any questions, please ask. You have 2-3 minutes.
Madam, can you share the notes? It will be easy for revision.
This PowerPoint?
Every time, I mean.
Every time you will have, right? You have the access about the Google Drive?
Yeah.
You don't have the access to the Google Drive? You can able to access that? Yeah,
I have access to Google Drive.
Every week, give us some time. We will definitely upload as soon as possible, because I have to wait for this recording have to be processed. Then we will upload as soon as possible. Then you can easily access.
I'm asking about the PPT what you are showing. Yeah.
This one only I give us a PDF, nothing different. The same thing, whatever I'm teaching in the class, I will give the same thing as the PDF. There was no difference. Okay, whatever the things which I'm speaking, it comes as a flow. I won't take a notes. It comes as a flow. You weren't asking that one?
No, PDF you are sharing where? To email?
In the Google Drive.
Okay, fine.
Oh, the recording is in the YouTube. The PDF, all the same PDF, PPT, which is coming as a PDF, which is in the Google Drive. Okay?
Thank you.
All good? Okay.
Vanita ma'am, I have a question. I wanted to know who all in this group are from Delhi or New Delhi?
I don't know. Can you guess? Can you please everyone share who's from New Delhi? Who's asking this? Is Neelam?
This is Neelam, because we could connect with each other for silly questions and stupid questions to be answered. That is the reason why I thought.
No question is silly. No question is stupid. Please ask whatever the question is you have. Because yeah, okay. Who's that?
I'm from Gurgaon, if that helps.
Can I have your name, please?
Ashish Vora.
Ashish. Okay, Mr. Ashish. We'll get in touch. Anybody else? Anybody else?
You can ask in the chat also, because
okay, I will do that.
It will be available as a recording, so I don't want to. Some people's personal things have to be shared. Okay. Someone raised the hand.
Madam, I want just somebody asked me question. Same question that I couldn't understand. Mine is as per the moon is Kanya Rashi, and as per my date of birth, December, it is Sagittarius. So now how to? So that's both. I'm getting confused.
What is your confusion?
Which is to be related?
What is your confusion?
For horoscope, for purpose of horoscope, our basic our horoscope, moon is important, madam. Western astrology, it is zodiac. That is sun sign. So for this, I have to consider as moon. Considering moon, consider my moon. My Rashi is Kanya.
Okay.
So which one I have to rely upon?
Okay, we are learning
prediction. My question is, will the prediction will be same in case you will be production?
Okay. Wait a second. If you see the prediction, Dr. Kenny sir will kill me. Okay, there was no prediction.
Told me last time also. Okay. No. At least what I prediction mean something. I'm asking what we are studying. Will it differ? Whatever what we are studying.
Okay. The interpretation may be little bit differ here and there. For example, I understand one thing from imagine you and me was studying under the same teacher. Okay, we'll understand the same thing. But when we will present or when we will explain to the other peoples, will end up in a different manner. But end of the time, the meaning will be same. But interpretation and the language of representation will be different. But end of the day, the core is the same. Okay. But I don't know much about the Western astrology. Mostly I had a knowledge about the Vedic astrology. So I don't know how to match accordingly also. So for the Vedic astrology, the zodiac sign for you is the moon. Wherever the moon was placed in your chart, that is your Rasi. Okay. Then you may also have a question like why it was become a Rasi for me, right? That question you find an answer. This is my question to you. So why the moon becomes a zodiac sign for you? There is also a sun in there. There is also other 10 planets in there. Why the moon becomes your zodiac sign? There is also the sun. There is also the Jupiter, Mercury, Venus, right? Why the moon becomes the zodiac sign for you? What is that? So find that reason. You will have an answer for this question in upcoming weeks, but I don't know which week it is, but you will definitely have an answer. But keep on searching for this question. Why the the placement of the moon becomes my zodiac sign? Be running out of time.
What is the mind? When Itaji, moon signifies the mind or the mother-like property, something like that?
Kind of. Yeah, absolutely. Okay. Yes.
Okay. Got it.
Okay. If you have any question, if you don't have any question, we will end up the session here. All good? Okay. Don't worry about you are asking a good question or silly question. Every question is the important question. I don't know about you. Every question is important to me. So don't hesitate to ask any kind of a question. Okay. This
Thank
is
you
not
so
the only,
much, Vanita. Thank you.
yeah, this is not the only platform you can ask a question. In the chat also, in the WhatsApp chat also, you can ask a number of the questions, because in our group there are the other wonderful teachers out there. They will give you a different explanation. Okay. So all good. We will end up the session here. We will all see you next week. Thank you so much.
Thank you. God bless
Thank you,
you.
ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you
Bye.
so much. Bye bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Wait here.